those who
there you go.
weren't here and don't remember me, my name is Mitchell Chance. I am a speaker. I'm an activist on the behalf of our people, black people. That's what I dedicate my life to, helping from the youth to the adults. And I'm going to talk to you guys. We're going to deal with what y'all just did, but we're also going to deal with something else that I believe is very, very important. Could y'all please stop writing? I really want you guys to be engaged. You remember last time I really don't like to be interrupted or not paid attention to, because when you speak, I'm going to pay full attention to you. So I'm going to give respect in order that I might receive respect. So I'm going to talk to y'all about one word today. We're going to talk about this for this whole time. And the word is exploitation. It means somebody's taking advantage of you. It means somebody is taking advantage of your ignorance in order to gain something off of you. And you just did this exercise of everything that you are identifying with. What makes you identify with something? Is it something that you really identify with because of yourself, or is it because somebody advertised it as something that they want you to be because they might make some kind of money off of it? And that's exploitation. Commercials exploit us. Advertising exploit us. If you look around this room, you're going to find mostly Nikes and Timbs, probably because they had the best commercials. And they exploit us. Nobody needs to buy a $200 pair of sneakers every month. But if they can put an image out there to make you feel like you're less of a person because you don't have the latest KDs or LeBrons or the Kobe's on, or the phones or whatever else, if they can make you feel like I'm not a good enough person if I don't have these on, they can make you buy these things every single month. Now, I'm not against buying Nikes. I own a pair of Nikes right now, but I bought Nikes, I bought Jordans because I wanted to, and then in some parts of my life, I bought it because I was exploited. Now, I'm not against buying anything or nice things, but I don't want nobody taking advantage of me. All my life, that's one thing I never like. I don't like somebody to try to get over on me. So I buy your sneakers because I like them, then that's cool. But if you have programmed my mind to make me feel like if I don't have a certain thing on, there's something wrong with me, or I'm not cool, or I don't fit in, see, that's when there's a problem. And we have to really identify when we're being exploited. Now, I'm not trying to make people boycott Nike or boycott their favorite brands. It's not about that. You're going to buy what you like, but I want you to buy what you like. I don't want you to be exploited. And as we dealt with this, listening to a lot of the things, you guys were saying, I can see a lot of that is identifying with what you saw in life and not what you see in yourself. See, we don't even realize how much we get exploited. I told you guys before, I went to school for finance and had to take one class on marketing. Wish I would have took a lot more, but in marketing, they was teaching us how they subliminally program us and get us to do what they want us to do. So marketers do all this research to see what works, to see what gets you to feel a certain emotion. In some way, somehow, they figured out that the color red makes you hungry. Right. See, that's why McDonald's is red. That's why Tucker's has red in it. That's why Wendy's has red in it. That's why the Burger King has red. Everything has red in it.
Chick-fil-A.
That Chick-fil-A has red in it. The fast food joints, all of them have some kind of red because they did a study that said when you see red, it makes you. I see you looking like that don't make sense, but tell me why they all got red in them. I just told you why. I just told you why. That's the psychology behind marketing. Right. So that's how when you drive and you might just see a McDonald's, all of a sudden like.
But what if they all like red though?
What if we don't like red? It's not about liking a color.
They all like red.
I can't say it again.
What if they all like red? Like their favorite color red, so we put the red on the drumstick.
Nah, that's not. I'm telling you what. I wasn't asking you why because I'm telling you why. Right. So it's not up for debate why they did it.
But you wouldn't know that stuff.
Who? I do know. I went to school. I studied this. I'm telling you what I learned as far as. Would you say it again? Yeah. I'm not trying to play with nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's the psychology behind it. They figure out what colors make you want to do something. With their commercials, they figure out what they can do in a commercial to draw you to come do something. It's another reason why you'll see on commercials what is called in marketing is called a call to action. Buy now, order it now, download it now. It's a call to action to make you feel like, oh, I gotta come do it right now. Party promoters be using it too.
Get your tickets right now.
Get your tickets right
They
now.
going fast.
Or they lie and say it's a limited edition. There's not that many left. All of it is a marketing
one ticket yet.
scheme in order to exploit you. Can anybody else think of a way they might have been exploited? You can't think of.
I can think of how to use athletes and rappers to wear certain stuff.
Definitely.
How they use models to promote beer and alcohol, goods.
They use the sex to sell everything.
I'm about to say it's sex.
It's the biggest exploitation.
Everything. Black boys in here, or young men, do y'all see any way that young black men are being exploited? I'm gonna tell you how you're being exploited. See, the music they promote, the videos they put out there, the images they just put out of the black man is always going to be a negative black man. Most often it's going to be a black man who sells drugs, sleeps with a bunch of women, probably shoots his gun, all of that. This is the image that gets put out there. Because whatever you see all the time becomes normal, what becomes normal becomes acceptable, and what becomes acceptable becomes your way of life. So the more you see it, the more it becomes something that you think is okay to do. And once you feel like it's okay, there's no problem for you to go ahead and do it. I was teaching the same thing to a bunch of kids at an elementary school, and a young guy was on his phone. He pulled up with a picture, I think, Fetty Wap, in front of a BMW or something. So what does this picture say to you? Like, man, I want to get that BMW. I said, well, what is his music about? He's telling me what his music about. And I'm saying, well, is that how you feel like you got to get the BMW? He said, well, I guess that's what the music is telling me to do. So now here comes the exploitation, because right now you don't see the exploitation. This is the exploitation. You see, you commit one of these crimes, you go to jail, right? And the prison is making $38,000 a year off keeping you housed.
Oh, man.
$38,000 a year when you get housed. So they put these images out there to make you chase this image because they want to get paid all the way around the board. You see, if you are selling the drugs and making the money enough to buy the BMW, they're going to get paid off the BMW. Not only will they get paid off the BMW, they're going to get paid off of all the flashy clothes that you blow your money on. And then when they finally tired of you and they lock you up, they're going to get paid when you're in jail and you have been exploited. They exploit us more than just that because they make it feel like it's okay for us to kill each other. And in that same area, you get exploited. You see, because if you shoot, what's your brother name? What's your name, brother? Zamir. See, Zamir, if you shoot me, right? If I get shot, the ambulance gonna pick me up. The ambulance gonna get paid. The hospital gonna take me in. The hospital gonna get paid. If I die, then the funeral home's gonna get paid. The casket company's gonna get paid. Who else gonna get paid if I die? The cemetery gonna get paid.
The church.
The church.
The church gonna get paid. What put the church in it? The church ain't a part of the scheme. That's the church. The church is not a part of the scheme. But the church will get paid. Your family?
How your family get paid?
Really. So now listen. So everybody getting paid because you shot or you killed me. Then you go to jail, and then they get paid off of you for the rest of your life. So for the next 50, 60, 70 years, however long you live, they're going to get paid $38,000 a year. And right now, you can literally go onto the stock market and buy stock in America Corporation for Prisons.
Wow.
You
can go and buy stock. It's an investment. It's a business. Now, with any business, what is the goal of the business? And how do they make money? No, the jail. How do y'all make money? By getting more people. And the private prisons have to have a 90% full occupancy. That's their deal with the state. So if that's their deal with the state, then what does the state have to do in order to make sure that they got 90% of people inside the jails? They got to lock more people up. So now you go to court, right? I don't know if any of y'all ever been to court before. Keith, you've been to court before, right?
Yeah, I've been there.
So now when you go to court, everybody in the court get paid.
Of course, you're a typing person.
So we got the judge, we got the bailiff right next to the judge, we got the stenographer that's typing it all out, and then it's about 4 people on this side and 4 people on this side. I don't know what they do. They just there. They all getting paid. Not only are they getting paid, the cops, they getting overtime now to just come sit in the courtroom and wait for their turn, and they getting overtime. Then it's a dude, his only job is to hand out subpoenas.
Wow.
That's all he does the whole day in court. One guy types your name on a subpoena, prints it out. The other guy picks it up, calls your name, and hands you a subpoena.
Real rat.
It goes to walk back.
Wow.
That's all he does. All at the expense of people that look like you and I. That's exploitation. They are exploiting us in every way that they can, but we don't have to fall victim to that exploitation. We have the opportunity to educate ourselves and not fall victim to it. So how do we not fall victim to exploitation? Somebody help me out. Talk to me. Nobody have a guess?
You just said it. Educate yourselves and not do those things and not be what you see on the media and TV society.
That's the first thing right there. Sometimes you gotta turn the TV off.
Yup.
Pick up a book. You said no. You don't want to read. You know, millionaires tend to read 4 to 5 books a month.
Right.
So if you don't want to read 4 to 5 books a month, you can kiss being a millionaire goodbye. Unless you hit the lottery. 1 in 292 million chance of you doing it. But it's possible. But if you read, it's a better chance of you becoming whatever it is that you want to become. Because you can't become anything if you don't have an education on it. Now, it does not have to be collegiate. However, I do believe college is necessary for most people. You know, we can't keep saying college ain't for me, but then you taking a job at Walmart. College is obviously for you, wouldn't you?
Talk about it.
So being a cashier is for you, but going to college ain't. That don't make sense. I'm sorry, and I'm not disrespecting anybody if they, you know, to work at Walmart. It's a job that ain't no career. But how can you even subscribe to the mindset that college isn't for me? College isn't for everybody. College ain't that hard. You just gotta apply yourself. All you gotta do is apply yourself. You study, you get hooked up with the right people, you be dedicated to it, and that's it. And I really push college so hard with the young folk because I wish I would have went younger. So I didn't even start college until I was 27. Because I was very ignorant and I didn't believe college mattered. I didn't believe college could help my life in any kind of way. I thought I could just do things on my own. I started a business and I lost my entire life savings solely because I wasn't educated enough to run a business. So I said I might as well learn how to do this, so I went back to school, and I wish I would have did it young, because instead of graduating at 31, I could have graduated at 21. So I had a 10-year setback, which I don't really look at as a setback because I'm still doing what God called me to do, but I don't want you to have to go through that. I had to learn a lot of things on my own, and that's why Ryan has this, because he wants to pour into you. That's why he brings us out, and why I'm here, because I want to pour into you, and I don't want you to find yourself exploited at the hands of somebody who's just twiddling with your mind to get you to do something. tell you something I just found out maybe 2 months ago. Has anybody ever heard, I mean, I probably haven't, but I don't know why I asked the question. Anybody ever heard of the De Beers? No. It's a white family who went into Africa, killed a bunch of people. What? Yeah, that's what they do. They exploit Africa. Africa don't sell diamonds. The white people sell the diamonds. They don't sell the gold that's there. White people sell the gold. I ain't trying to get y'all to hate white people, but I'm telling y'all the truth. Africa is getting exploited. So now, in the 40s, right, 30s, 40s, the De Beers, they went over there and they stole all these diamonds. Now, it was legal, but literally they stole it. But they couldn't find people to really buy the diamonds because nobody really cared for the diamonds at the time. Anybody ever heard of the term rocks? They call diamonds rocks. And wonder why they call them rocks? Because in Africa, that's all they are. They're just rocks. They just in the ground. They're not as precious as they make them out to be. So the De Beers, I think 1944, I think, they went to a marketer. Forget the marketer's name. And they said, listen, man, we need a way to sell these diamonds. Nobody wants to buy these diamonds. We need you to market it or make people believe that they need these diamonds. So they got with the marketer. Somebody gonna guess this. What did the marketer put out there and tell them to say? Diamonds are real. No, they're already real. Something else, but diamonds are something else.
A girl's best friend.
Tell the world that diamonds are a girl's best friend. Put it on a billboard. So every time they ride by, the women will look at it and say that diamonds are a girl's best friend.
Until it's embedded in their head.
Until they believe it.
Oh my God.
And then they said, tell them that when a man proposes to a woman, he has to put a diamond ring on it in order to propose to her.
Oh man.
So they market it. They put it out there.
Let's boycott the diamond.
Then they said, well, we don't want them to just buy any old diamond, but this is the concept they came up with. The man has to spend an equal 3 months of his salary on our diamonds to prove to his wife that he loves her. And everybody grabbed onto this marketing. And why did they do that marketing? To make money, exploit you, exploit me, to make money. This is why we need to be educated. I'm not against diamonds. If you like diamonds, that's okay. But don't feel like you have to do something because somebody else told you. And that's my whole thing. I don't want you to take advantage of me. I'll pay for whatever it is, whatever it's worth if I like it. But if it's not really worth it, you got over on me. And I got an issue with people getting over on me. And I don't want nobody to do that. I got an issue with that. I always have. And I want you guys to have an issue with it too. Never let somebody get over on you. Let's talk about something else that changed the course of my life. One of my professors broke something down that made me very, very upset. He says, holidays were created by corporations to exploit you. And every month they're going to have something to make you go out and spend your money on. And they turn something that has nothing to do with purchasing into something to purchase something for. Now, Martin Luther King, his celebration was just this past Monday, right? Now, we all know what Martin Luther King stood for, right? Do that have anything to do with Martin Luther King weekend sale?
All right.
Does Martin Luther King have anything to do with a MLK Day sale? No, but if you love Martin Luther King, they can promote it and then they can make you buy some stuff. Then President's Day comes around, and there's going to be a President's Day sale. And then February going to hit, and then Valentine's Day is going to come up, and you got to buy some stuff for Valentine's Day. And then March comes around, and it's Easter. And then in April is say it again? April. March, Easter's March, April, it depends. It depends. Nah. It depends. April, we'll come back to that. Then May, what we got? Mother's Day is in May. What Then we got Memorial Day in June. We got Father's Day. Then we got July.
And my birthday. Oh,
Say it again.
my birthday. That's a major one too.
Yeah,
Go
holiday.
ahead.
Is anything in August? No. They gave us a month off? Summer clothes. Summer clothes. What you saying?
I think August is Grandparents' Day. It's National Grandparents Day.
I was just throwing it out there. Don't mind me. Well, September is going to be back to school. And October is going to be Halloween. Then November is going to be Thanksgiving too. And then September is Labor Day too. And then December we're going to have Christmas.
Every month.
And they drained you, and drained you, and drained you.
That's why we broke.
Exactly. They drain you, and drain you, and drain you.
Yes. I'm like, yo. Go.
Yeah, because whenever I do that, they get lost there, and then they glorify that, and I don't like that to get glorified, because it's so easy to get caught up in that, man. I watch it over and over again. So they exploit us on every way. Would y'all agree? Am I making this up, y'all? No. Exploitation. You see, when you're not educated, when you're not unified, they can do any and everything they want to do to you. The Honorable Marcus Garvey taught that the organized races will always take advantage of disorganized races. And when we look at our people, we are completely disorganized. We don't like each other. We don't even like ourselves. And that's a part of exploitation because that's embedded in us. They make us not like our skin color. They make us not like the texture of our hair. They make us not like our homeland because we all from Africa. Anybody ever see a picture or a video of a skyscraper in Africa? You know, it's a whole bunch of them. It's a whole bunch of cities, highways, brand new cars, all of that. They will never show you the images of Africa like that. All they show you is Ethiopia in a bad space in Ethiopia with a little boy hungry on a rock in the middle of the water. And I'm still trying to figure out how he got there, why he there. I don't know. But that's the picture. They always show me little whoever it is on a rock in the middle of the water. I'm like, why he on the rock in the water? He ain't fishing or nothing. So, you see, if they can give you a negative image of your homeland, you'll develop a negative image of yourself. Now, if you look at your homeland as uncivilized or primitive, then you will look at everything that represents your homeland as uncivilized and primitive. Which is why our black women don't love their natural hair. Well, I applaud you for doing it, but the majority don't. It's a psychological game that's being played on our women. This is not to offend anybody. This is just to educate. That's true. Personally, myself, up until a few months ago, I had an issue with black women's natural hair. And my thing was, it looks uncivilized. And it's because I looked at Africa as uncivilized until I had to really think about what does it mean to be civilized. Well, in order to be civilized, you got to have some sort of government. And so some sort of government, you got to have a leader. You got to have rules that everybody follows. And I found out that in Africa, even in the huts, it's a government. It's some kind of rules. It's some kind of chief. So it's civilization. Just because it's not Western civilization doesn't mean it's not civilization. But y'all seen it? You know, I ain't crazy. I don't know where little Kim went. Yeah, yo. All the Jacksons got their nose. Yes. All the Jacksons. Michael. So when you're not educated, hold on. Bring it back in. Bring it back in, y'all. Bring it back in. So now, back to the point, because I'm getting ready to go somewhere with that y'all talked about the other day, but I'm giving y'all the whole context of this thing. So when you're not educated and when you're not organized, there will be some people that's going to exploit you and do whatever they want to do for you. For instance, poison your water. Didn't y'all talk about Flint, Michigan? Ryan, you told me they talked about Flint, Michigan.
They definitely did.
It is.
Yeah. In Flint, Michigan, say again? That's poison.
Yeah.
Because it can kill you. It can kill you. But how can they do something like that? Because the people aren't educated and the people aren't united. When you come together, if you have some kind of voice, you can get what you want done. But if you're just scattered all around and fighting amongst yourselves, that's how they come in and do stuff. I've been reading a book, it's called The Destruction of African Civilization. And it goes all the way back to 4500 BC. And it tells about how all of these great kingdoms were taken down, and each one of them were taken down by somebody from outside of their country or their continent coming in, sowing discord, making those two people fight, and once they start fighting, the person from the outside start taking all the resources. So if I can get you and your homegirl to be beefing, then I can exploit that. If I can get you and your man to have some kind of issue and y'all start shooting at each other and killing each other, then I can exploit that. I can gain something off of that. But when we're not educated and when we're not unified, they're going to do all of that to us, and that's what's being done right now to us. Every single day, we're being exploited some kind of way. And again, I don't like nobody taking advantage of me. And I don't want y'all to like being taken advantage of either. So from this day forward, what I want you guys to do, again, it's not about boycotting stuff. It's about thinking. Am I buying or doing this because I really want to do this, or does somebody play a damn trick on me? Because most of the times, somebody played a trick on me. Most of the times, there is somebody who studied the psychology of groups or the psychology of individuals and sat in a room and studied you, or people that are like you. See how you operate, see what piques your interest, and they got a whole 100-page document on how they watched you, and they took from that and said, and this is what we can do to exploit them. This is what we can do. If we give them this image, that image is going to cause one thing. If we give them this image, that image is going to cause another thing. Now, I know you guys are a little young, but maybe some of our mentors were around when gangster rap could not be on TV or on radio.
It was against the cops.
And if you saw Straight Outta Compton movie, they showed it. They could not get put on the radio at that time. Because it was too gangster, it was too hard, it set the wrong image, and they knew if we put this image out there, it's going to cause people to do some stuff they shouldn't be able to do. But then they sat back and said, but we don't care about them niggas anyway.
Let them kill themselves.
So go ahead. Put all that music out there. Let them talk about killing each other. We're going to build some more jails. You see, them little nigga kids, they don't want to read. And we know by third grade, by their reading level, whether they're going to graduate high school and go to jail or going to go to college. And the reason why schools are shutting down and colleges and jails are being built is because boys like you don't want to read. I'm not trying to pick on you, but I'm really trying to show you the detriment of how you're thinking and how they're looking at you. It's a wow, right now we're here, they hurt. No, they ain't hear you, they ain't hear you. But because you don't want to read, you don't want to get educated, they know, oh, you got a high chance of going to jail. Because people who aren't educated easily go to prison. So put that music out there. Watch what they do. Watch how it makes them act. Watch how it makes them look at each other. Watch how it makes them treat each other, feel about each other. Ryan was with me and a couple other brothers from our Bible study group. A bunch of Christians, preachers, pastors. Now, none of us look like the ideal Christian. Most people think I'm Muslim. So we're walking, we're on Wingahocken.
Uh-huh.
And we're approaching 17 Wingahocken. That's about 9 or 10 of us. And this is what we're outside to do. To talk to people about Jesus and creating peace. This was our whole mission, right?